Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Dan Gubler, and I'm the Chief Scientific Officer at THREE International. And I'm excited to talk to you about the launch of our newest product, GLP-3. Now, a little bit about myself. I'm a Caltech-trained natural products chemist, an organic chemist. And what that means is I travel around the world studying and isolating new molecules in plants and other natural sources and putting them in powerful products to transform human wellness. And GLP-3 is our newest product. And let's get in and talk about that real quick. So the problem here is obesity. Over 45% of the planet's inhabitants are either overweight or obese. And obesity increases risk of all other chronic conditions. And so if we want to maintain and promote human health, we need to make sure that we maintain a healthy weight. Now, a lot of people think when it comes to obesity that we just need to eat cleaner, we need to have more self-discipline, and we need to do better. What we need to understand from the recent scientific literature is obesity is a metabolic condition. And so because of that, we need to use metabolic science in order to help us to maintain a healthy weight. There's a lot of people that they diet, they exercise, they do everything right, and yet they're still not able to achieve the weight that they'd like. And a lot of that has to do with our metabolism, with how our genes are expressed, and with what's going on in the body. And so that's why we developed GLP-3 to help with this. So the GLP-1 wave, unless you've been living under a rock for the last 5 years, you've heard of GLP-1. You might not know exactly what that means, but you've definitely heard of it. You've heard of GLP-1 agents that are out there in the market that help people lose weight. And they help people lose a good amount of weight. But back to GLP-1. GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1, and it's a small molecule. It's a peptide, and it binds to a receptor in the body called the GLP-1 receptor. This enzyme, this receptor, helps to control blood sugar levels. It helps to control blood insulin levels. It helps to make sure that sugar in the bloodstream from the food that we eat is shuttled into the cell. And recent studies have shown that GLP-1 can help to reduce appetite, and even more importantly, it can help to do something called reducing food noise. Now, food noise, you might have not heard that term before, but food noise refers to basically the kitchen is singing to us. We're thinking about food all the time. We can't get it out of our heads. And again, this is not a matter of discipline or self-control. There's cognitive studies showing that in some people, food noise is louder than in others, and people have a hard time turning it off. So as a result, they eat more and they put on weight. So GLP-1 has been so effective because it can turn that volume down so that you could then be in tune with your body and eat only when you're hungry and not eat when you're full or satiated. So GLP-1 has been phenomenal. It's transformed human health. There's a lot of really interesting studies coming out showing that targeting GLP-1 can help to support brain health levels. It can help to support healthy bones. And there's a lot of other research coming out. So GLP-1 is an amazing target, has good science behind it, and there are synthetic GLP-1 agents out there. Now, about synthetic GLP-1 agents, they're there. A lot of people are using them. About 10 to 12% of Americans are currently using a synthetic GLP-1 agent. Now, how did these come about? Let's talk about the discovery of GLP-1. GLP-1 was first discovered about 15 years ago when scientists found that when you ate something, the blood sugar response in the body was different from when they injected glucose, sugar, into the bloodstream directly. And they found that when it actually went through the body, blood sugar levels were lower. And so they figured out that there was something going on in the pancreas. Something was being released that helped to control blood sugar and blood insulin levels. And that later was found to be GLP-1, glucagon-like peptide 1. And since that point, medicinal chemists over the years have tried to synthesize GLP-1. The problem with GLP-1 is it's transient in the body. It's produced and then it's used right away. And it's not stable. You can't put it in a vial. You can't put it in a test tube. It degrades rapidly. And so scientists had a hard time. They had a roadblock trying to figure out how to use GLP-1 to support human health. Until about 10 years ago, scientists discovered that in the saliva of a Gila monster, they discovered a peptide called extendin. And extendin had GLP-1-like properties, but it was stable. It stayed in the body for long periods of time. And so extendin really started the GLP-1 wave, where scientists started to develop peptides. Extendin is a peptide, and they started to move amino acids around in extendins, pulling different amino acids out, putting different ones in, trying to optimize the half-life, the stability, and that actually led to the synthetic GLP-1 agents that we have today that are injectable, that people are using to lose weight. And these have been remarkable. There's a few issues with that, though. Several of the problems with synthetic GLP-1s, number one, loss of lean muscle mass. So people, not only are they losing weight, but they're losing muscle with it. And loss of muscle is called sarcopenia. And sarcopenia damages human health, especially the older we get. When we get older, for men and for women, losing muscle mass can lead to results of pretty much every negative health condition. So we don't want to lose muscle mass, and we're seeing that with synthetic GLP-1s. We're also seeing a lot of nausea, constipation, hair loss, and there's also a lot of other side effects that people are seeing. So although these synthetic GLP-1s are great, they're seeing efficacy, there's a lot of side effects, and there's a lot to be left desired from these products. So for us here at 3 International, we are the nutrient, the molecular experts. Like I said, we travel around the world studying new molecules from Mother Nature. And it's amazing. Mother Nature has amazing molecules that can support pretty much every health condition we face. And so over the years, for a long period of time, we've been on a quest to see if we can discover new nutrients, new molecules that could support healthy GLP-1 levels, and they could actually work like these synthetic GLP-1s, because what these synthetic GLP-1s do is they don't interact with GLP-1 itself. They bind the GLP-1 receptor, the same receptor that GLP-1 is binding to, they bind to it. And that's why they're so powerful and so effective. And so we wanted to see if we could discover natural molecules that do this same thing as these synthetic GLP-1 drugs. And we're proud to announce that after many years and a lot of research, we are launching GLP THREE, a little bottle with big results. It comes in a liquid tincture. And this product can actually bind to the GLP-1 receptor. And because of that, it can obliterate food cravings, it can help you drop the pounds, and significantly and very importantly, it helps to retain lean muscle mass in a way that synthetic GLP-1s do not and cannot. What's the secret? The secret is a powerful peptide that we've discovered called MBC267, which stands for Metabolic Boost Complex 267. No other product contains this powerful peptide. You've heard a lot about peptides, especially recently. People are talking about peptides for this, peptides for that, and there's a lot of different peptides that people are using. This is a brand new peptide that binds to the GLP-1 receptor. And again, there's no other product that does this. And we've shown in clinical studies, if you look here, this yellow bar to the left, this is our MBC267 peptide. And you can see that this MBC267 peptide, its activity is on par with synthetic GLP-1 agents. And we have not seen that before in the history of GLP-1 science. And so we're really excited about this. The features, what you need to know and understand about this product is it's Mother Nature's GLP-1. So this product is called GLP THREE because this is, our company name is 3 International. This is Three's approach to GLP. And we found peptides from Mother Nature that bind to the GLP-1 receptor. And these peptides are powerful. The reason why we call this peptide MBC267 is This contains 267 different peptides. So it's not just one synthetic peptide, it's a complex of natural peptides. And one of the beauties of Mother Nature is Mother Nature uses many different molecules and nutrients that bind to a receptor to cause a response versus one single synthetic molecule that can have negative side effects. And most importantly, here at 3, we are cellular absorption experts. And so we've used our cellular absorption technology to ensure that this peptide, MBC267, is highly absorbed in the body so that you can take it orally. So this peptide, what is it? It contains 267 peptides, and these peptides come from salmon living deep in the Norwegian Sea, and it also comes from mushrooms. So like I've said, we've been on a quest for a long, long time trying to discover peptides and other nutrients that can bind to the GLP-1 receptor. And recently, we've had this discovery, and it is game-changing, and we are really excited about this innovation because it's going to transform human health and wellness as we know it. And so this peptide, well, why is it absorbable? It's absorbable because of our cellular absorption technologies. And in this product, we use 2 different cellular absorption technologies. We use polyphenol complexation, and we use adjuvant technology. Polyphenol complexation, how that works is we use natural molecules called polyphenols, and we use them in a way such that they interact with this peptide, and they basically coat and surround this peptide and help to shuttle it through the GI tract. That's why this peptide doesn't break down. A lot of peptides, they break down in the body, and that's why a lot of peptides are injectable. This is orally absorbed because this polyphenol complexation. And then number 2, we use adjuvant technology. Adjuvant technology makes sure that the cell membrane is a bit more fluid than usual. Not leaky, but a bit more fluid. And because of that fluidity, when the timing is just right, this peptide complex can slide through, it can diffuse through the cellular membrane and get into the cell so that it can exert its beneficial biological activity. So I want to answer a few questions here that were commonly asked. How much GLP-3 should I take, and when is the best time to take it? So on the directions of the bottle, we say to take 3/4 of a dropper 30 minutes before your meal or as desired. And so what we found in our clinical studies is when you take it 30 minutes before a meal, it can reduce appetite, reduce food noise, and make you feel full. Or you could take it as desired. So with this product, what I encourage you to do is I encourage you to experiment with it, to use it at different times. Use it before a meal. Use it in between meals when you're feeling munchy. Use it after dinner when you have a tendency to want to go for your favorite snack. When you're doing intermittent fasting, use it during intermittent fasting because it's not going to break your fast because it doesn't contain carbohydrates or sugars or anything like that. So this is a recommended use of GLP-3. What are the key ingredients? MBC267 peptides, Panax ginseng, which is rich in molecules called ginsenosides, saffron, which is rich in molecules called saffronalin quercetin, hops, which is rich in bitter acids, and peppermint, which is rich in menthol. These are the key ingredients in GLP-3. How much GLP-3 can I take? The key here that we need to remember is GLP-3 is all natural. It's natural peptides from salmon and natural peptides from mushrooms. So as long as you're not allergic to salmon or mushrooms, you can take this, and you don't need to worry about taking too much because of these all natural peptides that we have in this product. Does it contain synthetic ingredients? No. It's all natural, non-GMO, free of heavy metals, pesticides, and it's packed rich of bioactive molecules that can help to activate the GLP-1 receptor. How is it different from other GLP supplements? This is important. So if you do a search for GLP supplements, there's hundreds of them that come up, GLP support supplements. And basically what these supplements and what these ingredients do is they support health of the GLP-1 enzyme, that complex. But if we really want to transform human health, it's not about supporting the GLP-1 complex. We want to bind the GLP-1 receptor like these synthetic agents do. And so our product is unique because this peptide complex is the first peptide that's been shown to directly, a natural peptide, to bind directly to the GLP-1 receptor. And that's really exciting. What's really cool in the studies that we've done, if I stop taking GLP-3, will the weight come back? It won't. There's no rebound effect seen with GLP-3. Can I take it if I'm on a synthetic GLP-1? Well, again, this is natural peptides from salmon and mushrooms. There shouldn't be any issue, but very importantly, this is a nutritional supplement, and anyone with a pre-existing medical condition or taking pharmaceuticals or both should consult with their personal physician before taking any nutritional supplement. The key here, my friends, NB267, these peptides, their uniqueness, their novelty, they're able to provide new results, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And that's where we are currently at, or where we have been in the weight management market when it comes to nutritional supplements. This discovery, this innovation throws that system on its head. It's new, it's unique, it gets us out of the insanity cycle and can help to provide you the results that you need and want. So I encourage you to order GLP-3, to experiment with it, to see the difference for yourself, see the reduction in appetite, and see it help to support a healthy weight for you and your loved ones. And if you're new to Three, welcome. We're grateful for you. Please talk with the person who sent you this video so that they can help you in ordering this product. Thank you, my friends, and take care.